Hey guys, if you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you want to start doing Project Life, but you don't really know where to start. A couple years ago, I was in the same position you are in now. I found myself getting very overwhelmed with all the information, all the supplies, and it was a lot, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I did a weekly approach the first time I tried. It lasted about a month or two, and I was over it. I'm gonna go over 5 key things I think are important when you are starting to approach doing Project Life. So the first thing is goals. Consider how long you want to do this project for. Do you want to do it for a year? Do you want to do it for 6 months? Then you want to decide, are you going to do it weekly? Are you going to do it monthly? Or are you going to just go with the flow and do whatever? I originally started weekly, so I did 2 page spreads per week. That didn't work for me. Last year, I ended up just going with whatever I did. When I make them, I do 1 spread. I don't think double. I would do 1 page. Sometimes the page would have pictures from the whole week. Sometimes it would have a whole day's worth just because a lot of things happened that day. The next thing I'm going to talk about are albums. One option is the 12 by 12 book. The pages are this big. The other option that I have also done is the 6 by 8 album, which is a lot more manageable, a lot easier to hold in your hand, and a lot easier to store. But this works better if it's your first time starting Project Life, I think. It's a lot less pressure to fill out a whole album. Another thing I wanted to go over in regards to albums are the page protectors. Page protectors are just the little plastic things that go in the book, which house your pictures and cards and whatnot. And then there are these ones here, which are the 12 by 12 ones. I personally like to mix and match the 6 by 8 and 12 by 12. Sometimes I'll have too many pictures and I won't have enough space on my 12 by 12. I'll just throw 6 by 8 in there to just put whatever I couldn't fit before. So the third topic, photos. These are kind of important. Something that I ran into when I first started was how was I going to print these photos out? There are lots of options. You can print them at CVS, there are coupons, they have an app. Costco also has an app, Walgreens has an app. Persnickety Prints I used for a while. They have really good quality. Home printing. My first year, I just printed them on the computer onto regular printer paper because I didn't know any better. It worked the same for me. I have a Canon selfie. I have been using that like crazy. I love it so much. There are a lot of options for printing pictures. Number 4, supplies. Supplies are really important because duh. Unless you want to do completely just photos, that is fine too, and you do you. But for those of you who want to decorate a little bit, here are some tips. You can go for core kits. These are from Becky Higgins. There are a lot of different designs, a lot of different collections that you can choose from. The only core kit I have ever owned is the 5th and Frolic edition from Dear Lizzie. The core kits come with 616 cards, which let me tell you, is a lot of cards. You're not going to use all of them, probably. There's a lot of dust on this. It's a good assortment, and it's a good way to get started. The next option I'm going to give you are monthly kits. I am subscribed to Studio Calico. You get a good assortment of cards, you get a bunch of embellishments, you usually get an alphabet, and you get some stamps. You could do a whole month and more on just those kits, personally, I think. There are also other kit clubs out there. There are also other supplies that you may need that are not cards or embellishments. So I'm talking like a good pair of scissors might be nice to have. A paper cutter is very good to have. Good for trimming down pictures. And a date stamp. I love my date stamp. And I use it a lot, pretty much on every page I make. Of course you need like an ink pad, because dates are important when you are documenting life. There are lots of really cool digital shops out there. You can also print out those cards on cardstock, which is what I do. The good thing about digital is that if you mess up on a card, you can just print out another one. And number 5, just start. You don't have to start in the beginning of the year. I didn't start my first album last year until spring break because I had time. Just keep going with it. Don't get discouraged if you fall behind or it doesn't look the way you want it to the first time. It's fine. Yeah, so I think that's my 5th topic. Just do it and have a good time with it. I hope you guys found this helpful and got a few tips from it, or maybe you'll be able to share this with someone who wants to do Project Life and is really unsure about it. Let me know if you enjoy it, and like or comment below if you have any questions. And yeah, follow me on Instagram for more if you want. I'm not gonna force you. Bye! Hope you guys thought this video was interesting. Oh, no, not interesting. Helpful. Helpful! Whatever, who cares? What's the point? I'm not gonna say that.